Hello mga bida sa negosyo. Ang hirap ba magbenta ngayon? Pakiramdam mo ba mabagal pa sa usad ng pagong ang pasok ng mga customers? Marketing to the rescue. Coffee break muna tayo. Pag-usapan natin kung paano mapapalaki ang negosyo mo sa pamamagitan ng marketing. Imagine your business being famous. Pinag-uusapan. Think about transforming your karinderya into a foodie hotspot. Yung man ginadayo pa ng mga nakatira sa malayo, matikman lang yung mainit at super sarap mong bulalo. O kaya yung mga damit mo na binebenta online, flying off the virtual shelves. Spreading the word, offering amazing deals, connecting with and making your customers feel fantastic, understanding their needs and convincing them that your products and services are exactly what they have always wanted. That's marketing. Ready to make your business shine? Let's talk about it. I hope ready na kape mo o milk tea o kung ano man ang type mo inumin because for the next 15 minutes, I'll introduce you to marketing and how it can help your business grow. Kapag magtatayo ka ng bahay, syempre hindi bara-bara, di ba? Paplanuhin mo muna ng mabuti kung ano itsura ng bahay na gusto mo, gaano kalaki, ilang kwarto, anong interior designs nito, furnishings, etc. At higit sa lahat, pasok ba sa budget mo? Ganon din sa marketing. Kailangan magplano ka muna. Kailangan mo ng strategy. Pero, paano ba mag-marketing strategy? Ang una mong iisipin kapag nagpaplano ka ay kung paano mo magagawang customer-centric ang iyong negosyo. But what does it mean to be customer-centric? Tatlong bagay ang dapat mong pagtuunan ng pansin. Una, kilalanin mo ng mabuti ang target customers mo. Dapat alam mo ang kanilang demographics at psychographics. Ang demographics ay yung mga static info about your customers tulad ng name, age, location, gender, job, income, etc. Yung mga static data na kailangan mo lang para mapagsilbihan sila. Kung nasa healthcare business ka, baka pati height, weight at blood type kailangan mo din makuha. O kung sa airlines, baka pati kung vegetarian ba sila o hindi para sa meal planning ng flight. Knowing your customers' demographics is essential so you can also slice and dice the data to segment your customers. From demographic data, you might realize that your travel packages to Boracay appeal more to younger age groups living and working in major cities, or that your 24-karat gold rings can only be sold to people with at least 6,000 pesos per month income. Pero importante din alam mo psychographics ng customers mo. Ito yung mas mahirap malaman kasi ito yung laman at puso't isipan nila. What do they want? What do they need? And what keeps them up at night? For a teenager, it might be to be accepted by their peers and be perceived as cool. For a new college graduate, a high-paying first job that gives them prestige in class. For a white-collar worker, how to get recognition and be promoted at work. For a poor mother with 6 young children living in the slums, how to provide basic food, clothing, and shelter. Pangalawa, kapag kilala mo na target customers mo, ang susunod mong dapat isipin ay kung paano ka makakabuo ng magandang relationship with them. Think about it. People buy only from people or brands they know, like, and trust. Sa palengke, paano nakakuha ng suki mga tindero-tindera? Bakit bumibili pa ulit-ulit sa kanila ang ilang paborito nilang customers? Kasi may relationship na sila sa isa't isa, di ba? Magkakilala na sila at may tiwala na sa isa't isa. So how would you do it? Pag-isipan mo yung 6 keys of relationship building. The who, what, when, where, why, and how. Who are your customers? Yan yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina. Sino ba ang target customers mo at kung gusto mong bentahan o pagsilbihan? What are they looking for? What do they need? When do they look for what they need? For example, the next step for a new college graduate is to find a job. Where do they look for your products? Sa example natin, saan ba naghahanap ng trabaho mga new college graduates? Sa recruitment drives na organized ng college o university nila, sa mga job fairs, sa mga online recruiters, sa LinkedIn, etc. Why should they buy from you? Yan ang kicker. Sa dinami-rami ng available sa market, bakit sa'yo sila bibili? Diyan papasok yung ganda ng produkto o serbisyo mo. Diyan papasok yung liking and trust nila sa'yo. Mahirap na ma-scam, di ba? How do you want to engage with your customers? Paano mo ba gusto makabuo ng line of communication at relationship with your customers? Remember, the goal is to build liking and trust. Yan munang goal mo bago pagbebenta. Via email communication ba? O face-to-face? Ano strategies mo para makuha loob ng customers mo? Pangatlo, the third thing you need to think about when planning to be customer-centric is how to acquire data-driven decision-making capabilities. Kasi di pwedeng nanguhula ka lang tungkol sa kanila. Kunwari, sa tingin mo, pero di naman suportado ng data, mas mataas ang benta kapag ang tinarget mong bentahan ng nutritious salad in a box mo ay vegetarians. Yun pala, mas mabenta ito sa mga Weight Watchers na gustong pumayat nung nag-analyze ka ng sales data mo. Over time, you will acquire tons of data about your customers. Imagine mo kung gaano kadami alam ng Facebook tungkol sa atin. Mga likes natin, mga gustong pinapanood, mga ayaw natin, etc. Baka mas kilala pa tayo ng Facebook kaysa sa sarili natin. Kaya nga alam ng Facebook ano ang produkto na ipapakita nila sa feed natin, di ba? Saan kaya pinatago ng Facebook lahat ng data na ito? At paano nila sinasummarize yung gabundok na information to gain marketing insights? Yan ang kailangan mong isipin sa small scale. Paano mo kukunin ang customer information over time, saan ito itatago, at paano mo ito ima-mine for customer insights while making sure compliant ka sa provisions ng data privacy laws. Maraming tools available to do this. After thinking about customer centricity, the next you need to think about when planning your marketing strategy is your brand identity. Think of it as making your brand the most recognizable and appealing to your target customers. Pero it's not just about having a fancy logo. It's about creating a brand identity that people can't resist. Picture your brand as a shining light in the dark, something that stands out and attracts people like a magnet. So your name and logo should be more than just eye-catching. They need to be a symbol that everyone associates with your brand. But it's not just about looks. Your brand needs a personality, a vibe that clicks with your audience. Whether you're all about fun, trust, style, or innovation, your brand should be something your target customers would want to be associated with. Sa Pinas, may mga successful brand names na talaga namang kakaiba tulad ng Fantastic Baka at John Lemon. Meron ding Susan's Roses, Elizabeth Tailoring at Bitin. Sa akin lang, kung maaari, don't get funny with your brand names. While those brand examples seem to resonate with their respective customers, they could turn off a lot more. For micro and small businesses, you can't afford to turn off any customers just because you want to be funny. Pero nasa sayo din ang desisyon. Pag-isipan mo din kung ano ang experience na makukuha ng mga customers mo whenever they encounter your brand. For example, hindi ba iba pakiramdam kapag nasa SM Mega Mall ka, pumasok, kumpara sa Glorieta? A lot of the same stores are inside, but the layout and overall feel, whatever that is different. Pareho lang naman silang mall. O kaya naman, kumain ka ng fried chicken with rice sa Jollibee versus sa McDo, versus sa KFC, versus sa Kenny Rogers. Pare-parehong fried chicken, pero magkakaiba lasa at ambience ng mga lugar. When people trust your brand, they're not just buying stuff. They're buying an experience they'll remember and tell their friends about. So how can you create a truly memorable and unique brand experience for your customers? Make sure to engage all the senses. What would they see, hear, touch, taste, and smell? What would be their customer service experience? Brand name, consistent brand identifiers, and brand experience. Mga yan ang kailangan mo pag-isipan sa strategy mo. Kapag kapag-isipan mo na yung customers mo at brand identity, kailangan pag-isipan mo naman kung paano mo maipapaabot sa kanila yung mga mensahe mo at kung paano mo sila bebentahan. Dito papasok ang tinatawag na above the line, below the line, at through the line marketing activities. ATL, BTL, at TTL for short. Ang ATL ay yung tinatawag na traditional na marketing activities like TV ads, radio ads, classified ads, etc. Ang ATL ay pang mass media marketing. Lahat ng tao na nare-reach ng channels na yon pwedeng makita ang ads mo. Maganda sa brand awareness ang ATL. Ang problema, mahal. At hindi lang isang beses, kundi paulit-ulit pa dapat ang pads mo. Kailangan paulit-ulit or else the messages will not stick. Mahirap din i-measure ang return on investment mo sa ATL. Kung malaki budget mo, fine. Pero kung sa malamang hindi, magpas ka na muna sa ATL. Ang BTL naman ay mas mura at targeted. Ang focus ng BTL marketing ay conversions. Either conversions of traffic to leads, leads to prospects, at prospects to customers. Examples ng BTL marketing activities ay yung digital marketing mo, which includes search engine marketing, SEO, social media marketing, at website mo. Kasama din yung in-store marketing activities mo at on-site promos. Magandang BTL sa mga budget conscious. Mas madali din i-measure ang ROI ng BTL activities. Ang TTL naman ay kombinasyon ng ATL at BTL. For example, may radio ad ka na nag-invite ng mga tao mag-attend ng isang event. Tapos sa event, may promo ka para i-like ng mga attendees ang Facebook page mo at para bumili na din ng produkto mo. TTLs are integrated marketing campaigns that can help provide a lot of brand awareness and conversions. Yun nga lang, medyo mahal pa din mag-execute ng TTL marketing campaigns. Dahil MSME tayo, focus tayo sa BTL lalo na sa digital marketing. What are the things you should consider when planning for digital marketing? Una, content marketing. That includes your customer relationship management or CRM activities. Think about what kind of contents would resonate with your target audience. Content like emails, blogs, vlogs, short videos, infographics, ebooks, etc. Pangalawa, omnichannel. Think about all the channels where you can reach your customers and where they can reach you. These include your website, social media channels, emails, etc. Pangatlo, social media. Think about how you can grow and engage active customer activities around your brand across your social media channels. Pang-apat, mobile first. All your web assets should be designed with a mobile first priority. Bakit? Kasi an overwhelming number of people access the net through their mobile phones more than through a computer. Kaya dapat design for mobile lahat ng online channels mo. Maganda at easy to use when accessed from mobile phones. Panglima, emerging tech. Maraming lumilitaw na bagong technologies na makakatulong sa marketing efforts mo. Libre pa karamihan. For example, artificial intelligence o AI tulad ng ChatGPT, Gemini, Microsoft Copilot, etc. Nagsisimula na din lumitaw yung augmented reality at virtual reality. Isipin mo na kung paano mo magagamit ang mga ito para magawa mo campaigns mo kapag naging mainstream na mga technologies na yan. So at the topmost level, customer centricity, brand identity, and marketing activities are what you need to think about and create strategies for, and they should all be integrated. Also, make sure to build trust through authenticity and to make sure everything you do is ethical. Sana may nakuha ka sa maikling coffee session natin ito kung paano magsisimula sa marketing ng iyong negosyo. Parang ang daming gagawin? Madami talaga, pero worth it naman. Sabi nga, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Tutulungan kita. As you go through the website, read my blogs, and consider taking my short courses. Also, go through the marketing tracks. Alam ko, busy ka sa pagdinegosyo, kaya ginawa kong short and sweet ang mga ito para madali mong matapos at mai-apply agad sa negosyo mo ang mga natutunan mo. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and sign up to my newsletter too to get the latest updates. Don't forget to leave a comment and tell your biggest marketing challenges. Maybe I'll feature them in a future video and help you solve them. Thank you for joining me and have a great day ahead.